Well, given the nature of everything that happened 2 days ago in Inglewood on June 19th with Kendrick Lamar's pop-up concert and everything that happened at the concert, this feels appropriate. Finally sitting down with Makaveli, a.k.a. Tupac, 7 Day Theory. I was going to make a video talking about the concert, but, you know, sometimes I feel like I don't necessarily have anything that's going to add to the discussion. And then when that's the case, I think, well, there's a lot of people who have a lot of insight and knowledge as to what the fuck is going on and why it's so important. And so sometimes I feel like it's better just let other people cover the bases because they do it well. A couple of things that stood out to me, though. There's some stuff circulating around about what Kendrick was wearing, his red hoodie and the jeans and the white shoes and stuff, and how there's this photo of Tupac. I don't know where the photo is from, but people are saying, oh, he dressed like that on purpose. Maybe, maybe not. I lean into the camp of maybe, probably, that was intentional. But at one point during that stream, I watched the whole thing. Well, I did not watch the whole thing. I watched the end. I got to see the end. I got to see the parts with Dre, which is great, and then the end, where he fucking plays Not Like Us like 5 or 6 times in a row. And I watched the part where he brings all the people up on stage. And he's talking about these are all representatives from like different sections, different sets, sections. I don't remember the phrases, but different gang members, and unifying them. And I immediately thought, this is what Tupac was talking about. This is what he wanted to do, unify, right? And then he's got all these people up there. And I have to admit, because I know nothing about gang culture, gang lifestyle, neighborhoods like that, I know nothing about that. It was cool to watch, but obviously the gravity of that specific scenario was completely lost on me. And I say that because I think it's important to acknowledge my own lack of knowledge when it comes to that. So hopefully that thing that people are talking about that Kendrick did is a big deal. I don't fully understand it just because of my own ignorance, not because I don't understand what's going on. But seen Kendrick do that on stage in a show in Inglewood at a concert that's essentially directed at hating Drake, but also more so, it feels like I feel like Drake doesn't get it. I feel like Drake thinks everything that's happening is just music and it's just entertainment and it's all for fun and we do this stuff and we talk our shit and then we go home and live in our mansion and then you make another album and go on another tour and it's just all part of the show. For me, watching Kendrick the other night do what he did and the importance of what was happening, to me shows that's basically Kendrick showing no. And when he's talking about, I forget what song it is. I don't even know the lyric exactly, but, I'm what the culture is feeling. Kendrick is trying to show Drake, this is culture. This is not music. This is not entertainment. This isn't awards and paychecks and contracts. It's people. It's history. It's experiences. It's all that stuff. And I think that's important because this is something I saw floating around as this beef was going on, the idea of culture vultures and basically Kendrick's calling Drake a culture vulture. And that phrase has been directed at different people who make videos, not necessarily me specifically, although some people have said that. But it's been floating around. And so that concept, that topic has been something I've been thinking about because I think it's important. And that night in Inglewood on June 19th, I think Kendrick did everything he could to try and show Drake what he's actually talking about. Because he said in the other lyrics, you don't understand my angle, you're not understanding my metaphors. Like, I feel like Drake doesn't get it. And then what happens? All those people are on stage with him, they take the photos and stuff, which was pretty fucking cool. Honestly, some of the photos kind of reminds me of the cover of To Pimp a Butterfly. Honestly. And then they play Not Like Us one more time. And when he said the words, it's all eyes on me, I'm going to send it up to Pac. That shit felt like it had so much more power. It wasn't a diss track anymore. It wasn't a response to Drake using Tupac AI voice and some other song. it was a completely different thing. It was the embodiment of the culture that he was talking about. I think it was fucking amazing. Amazing. And it was amazing for me, somebody who's well on the outside of this entire culture. So I can only fucking try to imagine what it means for somebody who is inside the culture. And I remember sitting there watching this shit just thinking, man, if Tupac is up in heaven right now watching, he's got the biggest fucking smile on his face. He is so happy. He is so proud, you know? And for Kendrick, who is this massive fan of Tupac, to be in that situation, you know, especially after everything that he said during Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and it seemed like he finally just started to let go of all the pressure that he had been putting on himself. Because I feel like he's been striving for this goal, this thing, whatever it is. And I kind of feel like he did it 2 nights ago, June 19th. So pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking powerful, honestly. And I hope, you know, I'm a fairly mellow, happy person, but I'm also pretty cynical and jaded. It's a nice dual layer there. I hope what happened on that stage is tangible and long-lasting. I won't say anything more than that, because to talk about what gang members might do or not do, it would be just the stupidest fucking thing for me to say, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just hope that what happened means something and it results in a long-term positive outcome. There you go. And then coming this morning, it's like, well, now we got to listen to Makaveli. We got to listen to Tupac. I mean, that makes the most sense. This album's been requested for so long, which reminds me, I don't think I caught your name, sir, but to the guy that was sitting behind me at the Tool concert in Fresno a couple months back, and you were super cool because you were like, at the end of the show, you said hello, and you were like, oh yeah, man, I saw you here with your family. I didn't want to like necessarily bother you, but I watched your channel and cool. I was like, oh yeah, thanks. Thank you for saying hello. And then he said, when am I going to get more Pac? You know? Yeah. And I remember saying, yeah, I got to get more Pac in. Well, here we are. Here we are. I hope you enjoyed that Tool show. Thanks for saying hello. That was cool. I looked up the Wikipedia page for this album, and apparently when this album came out, it was somewhat divisive with critics and stuff like that. I was scrolling through it. Lots of like disses towards all kinds of artists. Not going to focus on that too much, but what I did see when I was reading through, they were talking about, apparently it's just emotion in Tupac's vocals. And this was recorded and released a month before he died, a month before he was killed. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to correlate those two things, his emotions versus him being shot. And I'm not trying to say that like he knew it was coming or anything like that. But I think it's just important to keep in mind. I mean, whatever I'm about to hear now was released a month before he was gunned down. And of course, everything that I just said about Kendrick and Drake and shit. Okay, let's drop in. It's 12 tracks. It's 59 minutes. There are 3 music videos that will be for Patreon. Obviously, as always, Patreon's $2. You can listen to MP3 if you just want to listen. Music videos, uncut, no ads, blah, blah, blah. There are 3 music videos. We'll get to that at the end. Let's drop in. First track is called Bomb First, in parentheses, My Second Reply. It's featuring Outlaws, and producers are Daryl Harper and Tupac. I also did see, not that I know that much about it, but apparently he used a lot of different producers for this album. Here we go, dropping in. Makaveli, the Don Killuminati, the 7-Day Theory. This album was recorded in 7 days. I guess there's a different version of 3-Day Theory. This is the only one that's on Spotify, so I'm just listening to this. Here we go, dropping in track 1, Bomb First.
In today's music news, the ever-controversial Tupac Shakur has just released another album under the alias Makaveli. Music insiders are running wild trying to rearrange other artists' street dates in fear of a wipeout in retail inner-chart rumors. Although no one knows the exact cause of the new album, resources tell me a number of less fortunate rappers have joined together in conspiracy to assassinate the character of not only Mr. Shakur, but of Death Row Records as well. Nas, the alleged ringleader of is furious at Makaveli's verbal assault on Mob Sleep, Notorious P.I.G., and several other New York rappers. Jay-Z from Hawaiian Soapy fame, Big Little Whatever, and several other corny sounding motherfuckers are understandably shaken up by this.
Oh my God,
the question everybody wants to know is, why'd they get this nigga started?
These niggas is still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. Fucking roaches. Alright, it's the raid on all day.
Wow.
Killuminati said Outlaw, solo shit.
Wow.
Allow me to introduce Makaveli the dawn. Spiritual lyrics like the Holy Quran. Niggas get shook like five.
Spiritual.
My 45 plus next to me when we ride for survival. Money making plans.
Wow.
Closing hands, rolling pockets. Let me introduce the topic, then we drop it. Expose snakes cause they breathe freely. See me ride. Located worldwide like the art of graffiti. I think I'm tougher than nitty. My attitude shitty. Holding the dope fiend's titty. In every city you find me, look for trouble right behind me. My outlaw niggas down to die for me. Nah, me. I hit the scene, niggas ducking from my guillotine stare. I'm right there, my every word, a fucking nightmare. Get me high, let me see the sun rise and fall. It's for my dogs down to die for y'all. Extreme venom, no mercy when we all up in them.
Wow.
Damn. To hell is
He
where
does
we
have
send
some
'em.
heat in his
My whole team
vocals.
Train to explode, ride or die. Murder motherfuckers lyrically, and I'm not gonna cry. Me, a born leader, never lead a block without my heater. Two big pits, I call him my bitch nigga heater. And I don't whip until I'm gone. Thug life running through my veins on strong.
Ha. You know, I remember listening to All Eyes on Me, and just the energy in that album was pretty wild because I knew he had just gotten out of prison. And to think he'd just gotten out of prison, and then some of the shit that he's saying in that album, oh my God. This is after that album, but I remember being like, honestly, almost shook, right? Like, if I was any of these people that he's talking about, I would have been freaking the fuck out. Like, Pac is losing his mind. He's coming after me. Like, I've been that paranoid dude. Like, close the blinds. Did anybody follow you here? What's behind you? That kind of shit. Like, just the shit that he was saying. And there was almost this, like, sense of glee in it. He was almost excited to be threatening the lives of other people. Holy fuck, man. This is different. This is different. You can hear just like, I don't want to say like forceful rage, but you can hear the, like, people say fire all the time, but I mean like fire. Like, there is this burning anger coming through in his vocals right now. And that sense of like happiness, excitement, glee, it's not really there. Not to say that, you know, he's not enjoying what he's doing or anything, but there's the tone between this and, well, I think Ambitions as a Writer is the first one off of All Eyes on Me. Different tone. Same energy, but just more threatening. Holy shit. Interesting kind of beat too, that like higher note sound that was going on. Let's keep going. A lot of these songs are about 5 minutes, so I'll probably pause once per each one, but we'll finish this one up.
Born first when we ride, please reconsider before you die. We ain't even come to
I'll listen to it and then we'll dig through lyrics.
For your life, and I'm a born first.
For so many days and so many ways, we've been ducking strays, they delivers, but still with some bad boy killers.
Bad boy killers.
I got to know where to go. I only got one home, see me stranded on death row. Without lows, it's Makaveli, be the general. And I'll be a soldier on a mission, sent to do what you'll never do, and that's right for the cause. Yes, I'll die for the cause. But best believe if I'ma lead this bitch, yo, I'm down with yours. Kamikaze, sicker than a motherfucking Nazi. Got a little question for that nigga that made paparazzi.
Shoot first, look at they hair burst, bleeding. Don't wanna hear no shit this evening. Believe it, we born first when we ride. Please reconsider before you die. Jeez, and thug niggas on the rise. Play, plot, strategize. Look, born first, we born first when we ride. Please reconsider before you die. Jeez, and thug niggas on the rise. Play, plot, strategize. And born first. Let us pray, my nigga. 'Cause we definitely have sinned. Makaveli in this.
And that pours right into track 2, which is a big hit. Looks like Hail Mary. This end, let us pray, because we've definitely have sinned. That's something I've always appreciated about Tupac, is he is a person that seems to just be very open about who he is. And not to say that makes him, not to say that Tupac as an entirety, as in his whole entity, is a great role model. But when you think of the idea of being comfortable with who you are, being aware of who you are, the good and the bad, right? The positive and the ugly, because we all have these aspects. And I feel like society has changed a bit and people have all these insecurities and for all these different reasons. But Tupac is definitely secure with who he is. And I think it's important for people to understand that there's a difference between being secure with who you are and being happy. Like, those aren't the same thing. You can be very secure with who you are and know who you are and also understand, I got ugliness to me. I've got a bad side to me. The idea of you must be like this completely perfect person and then you can be secure with yourself is not true, in my opinion. Like, that's not really a feasible goal. That's a difficult goal. Being this person with no flaws is not really obtainable. And so I wonder if sometimes if people get that mixed up, if they think that, oh, I can never, believe in myself or feel confident or feel secure with myself because I have all these flaws. You're always going to have flaws. So get over that idea and just be comfortable with who you are. And then it's weird. It almost goes the other way. Then you start to shed the flaws in a sense. But Tupac, man, like, he just has this awareness of himself. And it's, you put in the idea of praying for forgiveness as you then turn around to go do the thing that you asked forgiveness for. That's a whole theological debate in itself. But he is who he was. That's for sure. Let's look at a couple lyrics. I think it's a lot of just shit talking. Seems like it's a lot of shit talking. But with some fucking hatred in it too, man. Like, I was kind of thinking about Kendrick a little bit listening to this. Honestly, I don't think I'll spend a lot of time on these lyrics. But this album seems pretty straightforward, or this track seems pretty straightforward, right? Like, fucking bomb first. I'm looking tougher than Nitty. Who's Nitty? I wanted to click on that. Francesco Rafael Nitto, better known as Frank Nitty, was one of Al Capone's top henchmen. Okay. My attitude is shitty. Born on a dope fiend's titty. In every city, you'll find me. Look for trouble right behind me. Outlaws ready to die for me. I hit the scene. People ducking from my guillotine stare. I like that line. A guillotine stare. That kind of just summarizes the whole song right there. Only it's like guillotine vocals. I'm right there, my every word a fucking nightmare. Get me high, let me see the sun rise and fall. So my dog's down to die for y'all. Extreme venom, no mercy when we're all up in them. Cut them down. To hell is where we'll send them. My whole team trained to explode, ride or die. Murder motherfuckers lyrically, I'm not gonna cry. Never leave the block without my heater. I've got 2 big pits. I call them my pits people eaters. That shit was funny too. Bye, let's get high and ride. How do we do these people? But I'm not going to cry. I'm a bad boy killer, which is the label. Diddy. Jay-Z died too. Look out for Mobb Deep when I find you where motherfuckers don't deserve to breathe. Weak motherfuckers don't deserve to breathe. West Coast Rider coming right behind you. But yeah, the opening line, where is it? It's not about either east or west. And I think that's probably overlooked, but probably one of the most important lines from this song too. It's not about east or west. It's about guys and bitches. Which side are you on? You're still fucking talking. There's another couple of lyrics here in the second chorus or verse. We're still some bad boy killers. I've only got one home. I'm seeing me on stranded on death row. Shit. Oh, because this cracks me up too, and I'll be a soldier on a mission sent to do what you'll never do. This is when I was starting to think about Kendrick right here. I'd be a soldier on a mission sent to do what you'll never do. that's ride for the cause. I'll die for the cause. You best believe. I love this line. This cracked me up. If I'm going to leave this bitch, I'm dying with yours. That's funny. Okay, let's move on to track 2. Interesting. The beat was kind of interesting. I think it'll grow on me. I liked how it how it poured in with that like news release, and then the beat worked in, and then they dropped into the song. Track 2 is called Hail Mary. Hail Mary, not Hell. I would say Hail Mary. I don't know why. I think it's just a weird pronunciation on my part. Hail Mary. Prince Idol Joe, Outlaws. The producers hurt him bad. I think it actually started playing, so I gotta fix this so Spotify don't fuck up. Okay, track 2, Hail Mary.
Makaveli in this Killuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot. Feel me? And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh of my flesh. Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have?
Wow.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Beat the weakness in the rap game and sold it. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he's listening. Seeing niggas coming for me, my diamonds when they glistening. Now pay attention, best in peace, father. I'm a ghost in the killing fields. Hail Mary, catch me if I go. Let's go deep inside the solitary mind of a madman. Screams in the dark, evil lurks, enemies see me flee. Activate my hate, let it break till I'm flaming. Set trip, empty out my clip, never stop to aim. Some say the game is all corrupted, fucked in this shit. Stuck, niggas is lucky if we bust out this shit. And plus, mama told me never stop until I bust a nut. Fuck the world if they can't adjust. It's just as well, Hail Mary with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see.
This is
What do we have here now?
a pretty powerful song knowing it was released after he died. Jesus.
Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now?
It's unsettling, honestly. Wow. Like the song on its own is pretty fucking good. The context of when it released and what happened between the recording and its release is its own thing on top of it. And then what he's saying is just like, God damn, dude. I got a head with no screws in it. What can I do? The saying is, you've got a couple screws loose, you're crazy. What if you're so crazy, all of your screws have come completely loose and just fallen out of your head? That's what that means. Let's click the annotation to make sure I'm right. Yeah, screw loose. Yeah, okay. There's a longer annotation there, but they were talking about Frankenstein, and I don't even want to... Whatever. Plus the idea of, like, Hail Mary. Like, where was this? Screams in the dark, evil lurks, enemies see me flee, activate my head, let it break to the flame. Sit, trip, empty up my clip, never stop to aim. Some say the game is all corrupt and fucked in this shit. People are lucky if we bust out this shit. Mama told me never stop until I bust a nut. Fuck the world. Fuck it. What does that mean? Mrs. Shakur, now 2P promised me you won't cross the street without looking for cars. And also, baby, remember... What? Don't blue ball yourself. It's not... This is a quote. I don't know what the fuck this is from. They don't say what it's from. Seriously? Oh, okay. They say, never quit. Finish what you started. Okay. That makes more sense. It's just weird in the context of his mom saying that. Anyway. Fuck the world if they can't adjust. It's just as well. Hail Mary. In these killing fields, Hail Mary, catch me if I go. See people coming for me through my diamonds when they're glistening. Picture paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Peep the weakness in the rap game and sowed it. Bow down, pray to God, hope that he's listening. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Holy shit, man. And the production too is just got this like dark, creepy, ominous sound to it. Penitentiary is packed with promise makers, right? And I take that as, if I just let me out, please, I promise I'll never ever, if I could just get out of here, I'll never ever do the thing, right? Never realize the precious time people is wasting. Institutionalized, live my life a product made to crumble. Much too hardened for a smile. Way too crazy to be humble. That's a great line. Great line. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it's a great line. I'm just kind of soaking in this right now. Let's keep going. This shit's fucking pretty powerful, honestly. Let's keep going.
Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La da 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 da.
Wow.
Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have
That
here now?
bell. I mean, it's such a subtle thing, but it adds so much.
They got an APB out on my thug family. Since Outlaws run these streets like these scandalous freaks. Our enemies down now, walking around half dead, head down. K blasted off a hand and see a tie. Tronic mixed it, now I'm twisted, blistered and high. Visions of me, thug living, getting me by.
If it's on, then it's on. We rake beat breaks, outlaws on the paper chase. Can you relate to the shit I don't got? Be the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate, hoping God don't close the gate. If it's on, then it's on. We rake beat breaks, outlaws on the paper chase. Can you relate to the shit I don't got? Be the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate, hoping God don't close the gate.
I just want to say real quick, I think it's the bell, the production. It's kind of the overall tone, but there's something about this song, you know, the theme of it, Hail Mary, and the bell, and the somewhat kind of ominous production. But these lyrics, it does just come off more as like a prayer, in a sense, and not necessarily a devotion. That's what it feels like, a devotion. I'm going to kneel down and focus on these things and put my life to these things that they're saying here. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just the gravity of everything else that's happened both 2 days ago and how this came out after Pac was killed. But I don't know, I feel like I'm experiencing these kind of lyrics almost for the first time in a new way, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's true that there are hip-hop albums where artists are just kind of saying shit like that just to say it. And, you know, I don't know how true it is and how much of it is real and how much is just talk and who knows, right? In this track, there's no question in my mind. Like, this feels just very real in that sense.
Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now?
We've been traveling on this weary road. Sometimes life can be a heavy load, but we riding like a bullet. Hail Mary,
What do we have here
we
now?
won't worry, everything will worry. We're free like a bird in the tree.
What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La 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 la.
Shit's creepy, man.
West Side, Outlaws, Makaveli the Dawn, Solo, Killuminati, the 7 days.
And then it just rolls right in to toss it up. I think a big part of the production's playing a huge part, but I think also Tupac's voice, the way he's saying these things, la da 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 da. He's not singing it. It's almost like a chant. It's almost like something out of a fucking horror movie. Ride with me, or Hail Mary, run quick, see. Do you want to ride or die? Ha. Jesus, man. I don't know what to say about this. Like this is almost too much for me, man. It's almost like too real in a sense. And I'm trying to pinpoint why. why I feel that way. Because I've heard, like, if I were to just sit here and read the lyrics and then pull up lyrics from other albums, other gangster rap albums, okay, sure. But there's this one just stands out. And I think it's Tupac's tone, and I think it's the production, that fucking bell. There's a great fucking classic metal jam by Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. That's also a book by Hemingway. But, there's just that concept of the bell tolling for you, running out of time, the end coming near, all that kind of shit, right? Like, it comes for all of us. And so there's just a lot of circumstance surrounding this track. That's part, and the production. I mean, Jesus, man. Wow, Hail Mary. Holy shit. Great track. Great track. I'm kind of at like a loss for words. Let's keep going. Holy shit. That was great. That was fucking great. Yeah, I could almost like, I could almost stop there. Like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Track 3 is called Toss It Up. Bunch of features. Casey and JoJo, Danny Boy Stewart, and Aaron Hall. Produces Reggie Moore and Demetrius Shipp. Track 3, Toss It Up.
The money behind the dreams.
I like this sound. Very ominous.
Big motherfucking war we got. My other capo in this big ass conglomerate called Death Row. Snoop motherfucking Dogg, the Dog Father.
Dog Father.
And who we here coming through right now? Makaveli the Dog.
This is like that throat singing shit. This sounds great right here.
Father, help us all.
Nice.
Nice. I can't help but call. Time for action, conversating. We relaxing, kicking back. Got you curious for love, passion. Now picture that. Tongue kissing, hand full of hair. Look in my eyes. Time to make the bed rock. Baby, look how it rise. Me and you moving in the nude. Do it in the living room. Sweating up the sheets. It's the thug in me. I mean, no disrespecting when I tongue kiss your neck.
Goodness, baby. I like the way it's going down. When nobody's around.
It's kind of a crazy, sexy time jam. I'm kind of over the ooh already. I'm kind of over that already. I'm kind of torn on this song though, because like on one hand it's Tupac and it's the 90s and he loves party jams and he loves the women and all that kind of shit. So this to me makes perfect sense coming from somebody like Tupac. But after Hail Mary, it's like it's quite the turn in just everything, style, tone, and all that shit. And again, it's not. I'm enjoying the song. I'm really on the edge. I'm right on the borderline with the oohs. We'll see. Like in the chorus, they were kind of doing a little too much for my taste. But it's kind of cool too. The production has some of that sound a little bit from the beat of California Love. Kind of like that digitized. It's almost like an auto-tune, but like the precursor to auto-tune. I don't know what auto-tune came out. Anyway, let's keep going. Cool beat though. Kind of a chill jam. Chill party jam type thing. Yeah, this is cool. Don't act so shady. I like this song. I like this song. Let's get the higher. It's a cool style.
Cali love to my true thugs. Picture me now, still down for that death row sound.
This, I don't like the ooze here.
No longer Dre Day, or even Dirt J. Gone and forgotten, rock for plotting child's play. Check your sexuality, as fruity as this Alizé. Quick to jump ship, pump trick, what a dumb move. Cross death row, now who you gon' run to? Loving them suckers cause you similar, pretending to be hard. Oh my God, check your temperature. Screaming Compton, but you can't return. You ain't heard brothers pissed cause you switched and escaped to the birds. Mob on to this new era, cause we untouchable. Still can't believe that you got Pac rushing you, up in you. That's the real, all rest get killed. Who can you trust? Only time reveals. Toss it out.
We'll let it finish. Then we'll talk about that verse right there. Holy shit.
Street Science, you're on here.
Wow. So this verse, I have seen the movie Straight Outta Compton. I don't know how accurate that movie is. I've seen it. But at the end of the movie, Dre leaves Death Row, and what is it, like Suge Knight's telling him, I fucking own all your shit, and blah, 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 and what are you going to do? I'm going to go make my own company, Aftermath, or whatever. And then that's when is it Chronic? I can't remember if he released Chronic under Death Row or not. I can't remember. I think so. I believe. Anyway. But he leaves Death Row. That's the point of my poorly told story there. Cali love to my true thugs. Picture me now still down for that Death Row sound. Searching for paydays. No longer Dre Day. Arrivederci. Blown and forgotten. Rotten for plotting's child's play. Check your sexuality as fruity as this Alizé. Quick to jump ship. Punk trick. What a dumb move. Cross Death Row. Now who are you going to run to? Laugh at you suckers because you're similar. Pretend it should be hard. Oh my God, check your temperature. Screaming Compton, but you can't return. You ain't heard. Brothers are pissed because you switched and escaped to the burbs. So that's all. He's all talking shit to Dre right there. And then you get into this outro portion where he's talking. The vocals are all overlapping, so it's hard to pay attention to, but hear the annotation or the lyrics and say, you're so fat you and Lil Kim need a weight scale to lay down in bed. We are not little kids, you fat ass who feeling threatened. Puffy, I read your little interview, buddy. Come on. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Cool song. At first, it threw me off. That first verse, they're really hitting the ooze a little too much, in my opinion. Just a little too much. But they peel that back a bit. I like that the song keeps the tempo pretty consistent throughout. You know, just a cool fucking jam, basically, the whole way through. And it starts out as, you know, he's talking about hooking up with some girls and shit. But then that other verse, the final verse about Dre, like, shit. All right, let's move on to track 4. That was a good. I like that one. I like Toss It Up. I'm cool with that one. Good sound, too. Kind of that classic 90s West Coast sound. Although, it is kind of funny that I was praising the bits of the production that sounded like California Love, which was produced by Dr. Dre, and now he's talking shit on Dre because Dre left, and whatever, you know? Interesting. Track 4 is called To Live and Die in L.A., featuring Val Young, produced by QD, I'll say QD3. It started playing a little bit. Let me forward it back. Okay, track 4, To Live and Die in
Street
LA.
Science, you're on the air. What do you feel when you hear a record like Tupac's new one?
I love Tupac's new record.
Right, but don't you feel like that creates tension between East and West? He's talking about killing people. I had sex with your wife, and not in those words. But he's talking about, I want to see you deceased.
Was this an actual radio broadcast?
What you say about Los Angeles? Still the only place for me.
Or is it just a skit? Oh, originally performed on the radio.
Us niggas hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock. Everybody got their own thing.
Oh, he popped face right there.
Worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury niggas close to heart. What was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Cold part about it, nigga got smoked by a fiend. Tryna floss on him, blind to a broken man's dream. A hard lesson, court cases keep him guessing. Plea bargain ain't an option now, so I'm stressing. Cost more to be free than a life in the pen. Making money off of cuss words, writing again. Learn how to think ahead, so I fight with my pen. Late night down sunset, like in the zen. What's the worst they can do to a nigga? Got me lost in hell to live and die in L.A. on bail. My angels.
This is a good sound too, man.
To live and die in L.A.
Where's that? I love that.
Writing to my peoples when they ask for pictures, thinking Cali just fun and bitches. Better learn about the dress code, B's and C's. All them other niggas copycats, these is G's. I love Cali like I love women, cause every nigga in LA got a little bit of thug in him. We might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll burn this bitch down, get us pissed to live and die in LA.
So that's gotta be a reference to the riots after the Rodney King verdict, right? Okay, so the annotation is not talking about it. The annotation says, referencing Pac's 50 people tattoo and the meaning it holds. And this line, Pac relays that if every black man band together and fought for better living. Yeah, sure. But but I promise you this, will burn this bitch down, get us pissed. Which is exactly what happened after that fucking Rodney King verdict, where the cops beat the shit out of him and then I believe were acquitted. I mean, LA was fucking on fire. It was on fire. That was 93, 92, something like that. I mean, so much shit was on fire. It's fucking crazy. Haha. There's a line in here that I really like. Where the fuck was it? Something about living that thug life so I can't smile. It's probably literally right in front of me and I can't see it. Living the thug style so I can't smile. You know, that's another, that right there is, I was talking earlier about Pac's awareness of himself. And I think, you listen to this song, upbeat, warm sounds fun, kind of sounds light, And I think that's something that continually fascinates me about Tupac is he seemed to have a good range of understanding and expressing his emotions also. And so he has this awareness that he's got to put on this hard front and he's doing all this shit because of his lifestyle. But he also wants to smile. He also he understands the importance of smiling and laughing and having fun. Because what the hell's the point otherwise? Why even go through all this shit if you're not going to have smiles at the end, Keep going. Let's keep going. It's a good track. I like the sound of this one. This one's going to get a heart, too.
Got them Watts niggas with me, OMCB. They got some hash, took a stash, left the rest for me. Neck bone, tray, hair on, punchy too. Big rock got knocked, but this one's for you. I hit the studio and drop a Drew, open it pack. Get high, watching time fly to live and die in LA.
Watching time fly. God, it's crazy. He was only 25. 25. That's wild. This is a good song. This is a good song. I love the bass line in there.
106. All the radio stations that be bumping my shit, making my shit sound quadruple platinum. Let's go out to all the magazines that support a nigga. All the real motherfuckers. All the stores, the mom and pop spots, A&R people, all y'all motherfuckers. LA, California Love Park, motherfucking 2, without gay ass Dre.
Without Dre. It's kind of sad. I mean, it is funny just because, like, in so many ways, I feel like Tupac is a pretty well-adjusted person. But then here you can clearly see he's upset that Dre left. He's mad. So I'm going to just talk shit about him and be mad. Oh, without gay ass Dre. Oh, man. I wonder what... I mean, Dr. Dre was at the concert, too, which was great. I wonder what Dr. Dre thinks about this shit now. Like, I wonder if he even puts these songs on and listens to them at all, and if he ever hears it, if he just kind of laughs, you know. Because, you know, this is almost 30 years ago, right? I hope some of the people involved with this, those that are still around, I hope they can look back and go, man, yeah, those are some crazy times, you know? Hopefully. Cool song, to live and die in L.A., where every day we'd try and fatten our pockets, hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock it. Everybody got their own thing, currency chase and worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury people close to the heart. What was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Cold part about it, person got smoked by a fiend trying to floss. I don't know what it means to floss on him. What does that mean? Blind to a broken man. What does that mean, floss on him? A materialistic individual may think buying cars, jewelry, clothes, with a latest tech would break the spirit of working class man. What the fuck? I don't know. What the fuck? I just want to know what floss on him means. That's all. I need my own like annotation person. I need somebody to sit here, like my own reference, my own like glossary or fucking dictionary or whatever you call it. I'm sure there's websites, but I don't want to do that. I get all paranoid about how boring a video gets if I'm just looking shit up on the internet the whole time I'm listening to something. Plea bargain ain't an option now, so I'm stressing. Costs more to be free than a life in the pen. Making money off of cuss words, writing again. That line really stood out to me too. Making money off of cuss words. Just because the way he says it, it gives this air of consideration and how absurd it all is. He's in prison, but he also makes all this money off of saying all this crazy shit. You know, like the hypocrisy essentially of the country that we live in, where you can be fucking famous and make millions of dollars for saying all this crazy shit, and then that same country will put you in prison essentially for the same thing. Although I don't remember why he was in prison, but anyway. I like to let my angels sing, you know, live and die in L.A. It's the city of angels in constant danger. South Central L.A. can't get no stranger. Full of drama like a soap opera. On the curb watching the ghetto bird helicopters. I observed so many people getting 3 strikes, tossed in jail. So 3 strikes was like the kind of the law idea back then, where if you had 3 offenses, on your 3rd one, then you'd get. So basically, I don't know. They're fucking trying to make law off of baseball rules, but basically, you got 3 tries. If you fucked up on the 3rd one, then they put you in jail. I swear the pen right across from hell. I can't cry because it's on now. Just a person on his own now, living that thug style, so I can't smile. All right, yeah. Writing to my peoples when they ask for pictures, thinking California is just fun and bitches. But I learned about the dress codes B's and C's. What is B's and C's? Bloods and Crips. Okay. All right, let's move on. Track 5 is called Blasphemy, featuring Prince Ital Joe. That reminds me, I never really talked about the cover. You know, he's being crucified there. But there's this little annotation, this little note on the actual cover itself. In no way is this portrait an expression of disrespect for Jesus Christ, which is important, right? Because people would be outraged in America to see a cover like that, a black man crucified. But I bet that's probably how he felt. He probably felt that way. Anyway, here we go. Dropping in track 5, Blasphemy.
God has a plan, and the Bible unfolds that wonderful plan through the message of prophecy. God sent Jesus into this world to be our Savior, and that Christ is returning someday soon to unfold the wonderful plan of eternity for my life and your life.
Trippy.
As long as we're cooperating with God by accepting Jesus Christ as our personal Lord and Savior. As the Lord does return in the coming 7 days, we'll see you next time here on This Week in Bible Prophecy.
Tupac, don't start that blasphemy.
Trippy.
Remember what my pops told me.
The new word. Follow me.
Remember what what pops told me.
Remember what
My
my
family
pops
tree consists of drug dealers, thugs, and killers. Struggling, known to hustle, screaming, fuck they feelings. I got advice from my father, all he told me was this: nigga, get off your ass if you plan to be rich. There's 10 rules to the game, but I'll share with you too. No, niggas gon' hate you for whatever you do. Now rule 1, get your cash on MOB. That's money over bitches cause they breed envy. Now rule 2 is a hard one, watch for phonies. Keep your enemies close, nigga, watch your homies. It seemed a little unimportant when he told me I smiled. Picture jewels being handed to an innocent child. I never knew in my lifetime I lived by these rules. Initiated as an outlaw, studying rules. Now Papa ain't around, so I gotta recall or come to grips with being written on my enemies' walls. Promise if I have a seed, I'ma guide them right. Dear Lord, don't let me die tonight. I got words for my comrades, listen and learn. Ain't nothing free, get back what you earn. No doubt, getting high in the motherfucker, bless me please. This thug life will be the death of me. Come on.
Wow.
And I remember
He's got that fucking heat in his voice again, man.
Blasphemy.
He got a lot of heat in his voice again. He's almost into like a raw space on his voice. Almost. Especially at the end. Ain't nothing free. Get back what you earn, no doubt. Getting higher than a motherfucker. Like he was starting to lay into it pretty good, right? Bless me, please. Dear Lord, don't let me die tonight. MOB, I forgot about money over bitches. I forgot about that. Don't start that blasphemy in here. Makaveli the new breed. And I remember what my pops told me. Let's keep going. I'll turn into lyrics a little bit. Let's just keep listening.
Contemplating plots, wonder where the thought to go. Brothers getting shot, coming back, resurrected. Is this that raw shit, nigga? Check it. That raw shit. I remember what my papa told me. Remember what my papa told me. Blasphemy.
For them, I'm still in the name of the Lord. Them
This is kind of a wild one.
The preacher want me buried wise. I know he a liar. Have you ever seen a crackhead? That's eternal fire. Why you got these kids' minds thinking that they evil? While the preacher being freaky, you say honor God's people. Should we cry when the Pope die? My request, we should cry if they cry when we bury Malcolm X. Mama, tell me, am I wrong? Is God just another cop waiting to beat my ass if I don't go pop? Memories of a pastime, giving up cash to the leaders, knowing damn well they ain't gonna feed us. In my brain, how can you explain time in BC? It's hard enough to live now in these times of grief. They say Jesus is a kind man. Well, you should understand times in this crime land. My third nation, do what you gotta do, but know you gotta change. Try to find a way to make it out the game. I leave this and hope God can see my heart is pure. Is heaven just another door?
Wow.
I leave this and hope God see my heart is pure. Is heaven just another door? And my people say,
not for them, I'm still in the name of the Lord. Them I tell no fly, but all them I burn in a cloud.
That one's intense. Like, it's only got 10 million streams. This album doesn't necessarily have a lot of listens on it. Hail Mary has a bunch. Live and Die LA. Me and My Girlfriend looks like another big hit. And the rest is about 10 million, 6 million, whatever. So I shouldn't necessarily say that this isn't necessarily a hit. What I was going to say is I wonder if people kind of skip over this a bit. But, it's called Blasphemy. And I was like, okay. And you're talking about this intro. Tupac, don't start that blasphemy in here. And I remember what my pops told me. So I feel like that's his father telling him, don't bring that blasphemy in here. But what is the blasphemy? That's that final verse. That's this final verse is the blasphemy. And what is the blasphemy? He's questioning God. He's straight up questioning God. And while I'm not religious anymore, and so it doesn't necessarily hit with me. Imagine him. Tupac, as far as I could tell, was a pretty religious person. And so when you're questioning God, what you're doing, you're questioning your own faith. That's a big one. That's a hard one. I went through that. I was Christian, and then I went through that. Where was it? Am I even on the right? I'm not even on the right verse, huh? No, the final verse. Here we go. Verse 3. The preacher want me buried. Why? Because I know he's a liar. Have you ever seen a crackhead? That's eternal fire. Why you got these kids' minds thinking they're evil while the preacher being freaky? You say honor God's people. Should we cry when the Pope died? My request, we should cry if they cried. If they cried when we buried Malcolm X. Mama, tell me, am I wrong? Is God just another cop waiting to beat my ass if I don't go pop? So this is very powerful to me. I'm very struck by this because this isn't just some guy talking shit and whatever. This is a person who is religious. This is a person who's going through a whole shitload of things out of prison, afraid of, well, not necessarily afraid of dying, but fearing a looming death, very almost paranoid about it, right? And on top of that, he sees these people suffering. He's being told his thoughts are blasphemy, and he's now questioning his own faith. And then the double whammy on that too is it's one thing to question your own faith and like sincerely. That's its own trial. But then to have this immediate like own mental reaction to your thoughts of blasphemy. You're questioning your own faith, and on top of that, you're accusing yourself of doing that. Like, you're punishing yourself, That's just a lot. And then the vocals in that verse, man, holy shit. You might hear a little bit of clicking in the background. My wife's playing around with the Legos. Wow. How can you explain time in BC? It's hard enough to live now in these times of greed. They see Jesus as a kind man. Well, he should understand times in this crime land. My Thug Nation, do what you got to do, but know you got to change. Try to find a way to make it out the game. I leave this and hope God can see my heart is pure. Is heaven just another door? I leave this here. It's so, and then, a lot of the questioning seems to be coming from the fact of, I'm being told I'm supposed to behave these ways because that's what God tells me to do. But if I behave this way, I stay forever oppressed. And I can't fucking do that. People are starving. People are dying. We have to do these things to survive. You're telling me I can't do these things because it's evil, but I have to do these things to survive. So you're telling me to survive is evil. It's a lot. This is a lot. This is incredible. Just saying, no wonder fucking Kendrick Lamar stresses himself out. If he was listening to Tupac all the time, yeah, fuck, man. This is pretty heavy right here. And then it concludes with the Lord's Prayer, which is his final prayer out. And I love this prayer because this is what my grandfather used to say all the time. Jesus, man. Okay, let's keep going. This is pretty intense. It's been just ups and downs and light and heavy. A lot. Blasphemy gets a heart though. Track 6 is called "Life of an Outlaw," featuring Outlaws. Producers are Dale Harper and Tupac. Drop it in track 6. Here we go. Like the fucking, there's that steel drums right there.
Explain the game, niggas ain't listening. Stuck in positions as victims can't stand the heat to stay the fuck out the kitchen. Half these busters switching, looking at me mean, itching, giving suckers plenty space. Half these bitch niggas snitching. Where are we now? Guns spam daily. The feds share me in hope that they can finally nail me. For selling dope, they backwards make the track burst whenever I rap. Attack, words being thrown to explode on contact. Extreme at times, blinded by my passion and fury. Look at me laugh at my car.
Trying to take it all of this. Fucking.
Stand silent if you niggas knew me. Truly effective, the shit you heard ain't do me justice. Got a death wish, bitch. Rubber face being traced by the infrared beam.
Tupac is fucking tearing off.
Recognize my team. Ain't nobody holding you back. Explode the track to confetti. Unload it, cause niggas ain't ready. The life of an outlaw.
Fucking God, dude. Tupac, he could be doing this without music at all. His vocals are so full of fire and energy and just pop, 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 pop. You don't even need the music here. Imagine this track with no beat. Fuck. Like he's carrying, and the beat's cool. I like the bass. Like I'm trying to hear the bass line, and I'm trying to listen to the steel drums a little bit. I'm trying to hear the beat, but just Pac is just blowing through everything. He is crushing this beat. Let's back it up just a bit. This is fucking wild. Holy shit.
Recognize my team. Ain't nobody holding you back. Explode the track to confetti. Unload it, cause niggas ain't ready. The life of an outlaw.
Jesus. Fury. Fury.
It's hard to be a man. Riding with my guns in hand. Code 3, attack formation. Pull out your pistols. Keep an eye out for the devils, cause they itching to get you. Merciless madman. Screaming kamikaze in tongues. Automatic gunfire. Making all my enemies run. Who should I call?
Cool little guitar.
Indeed a possibility. That's part of chasing green. Don't got me hating fiends. Never surrender. Death is for trying to stay free. I'm dubbed out. Fuck the world.
He's on a rampage.
Made me scar, but still breathing. Believe in me, and you can see the victory of warrior and Jews. Pitch me. Life of an outlaw.
He is on a rampage on this track.
Yes.
Holy shit.
You know we lost hope, and he needing it, but the evil is forever. But I'm rapping low
Love
down,
the
scanners
bass.
like a trampist. All for the street fame,
guitar in
Ohio.
there.
To be managed to plan shit 6 months in advance, stick to what we plotted. Approach the goal on swole, and I got it.
Crack my window, knowing they love
It's
the
crazy.
cat-
It's crazy. It's crazy. I was sitting here realizing, oh yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm into the song. Yeah, no, this is cool. Like I'm hearing the production, and I was like, well, what changed? Pac went away. It's somebody else. Like notable difference in how I feel about the song when it's somebody else doing their verse. Like as soon as Pac pins up verse 2 and then Outlaw says the chorus and then Young Noble runs through there and then Edie I Mean. As soon as we started kind of rolling into those verses, I felt myself like calm down. Pac, and I thought maybe I'm overreacting here. Maybe I'm like taking it too far. Or I'm just too in the moment. But like I was thinking maybe I'm overstating what Tupac is doing vocally. No, holy fuck! Like I feel like I can actually hear the production now, and not this is not a criticism of what Pac is doing on this track. It's just incredible. I don't know. I honestly can't think of a song off the top of my head where the vocals were so full of power, it almost just steamrolled the song. He doesn't need a beat on this. Oh, God, I would love to hear the song without the beat. Just Tupac's vocals. Fuck. It's crazy. It's crazy. Notable difference when he's not present. Does he have another verse? No. Fuck, man. It's almost like a different song. This is crazy. Crazy.
And I admit it starts, so Chancellor Ave, hide your stash. We went for nothing more, say yo Makaveli. Give me the bullets that was left up in your belly. And let me bust back to the niggas and shit goes sweat.
Shit. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. This song's amazing. I love Life of an Outlaw. This is crazy. Fuck. I love whoever's playing the bass. God bless you. Just playing into that fucking song. I'm a guitar strumming. Yeah, this is a great song. I like this one a lot. That was great. I love the production. Tupac is just fucking furious on this one. Furious. Why explain the game? People don't listen. Stuck in positions. If victims can't stand the heat, stay the fuck out of the kitchen. Half these busters switching, looking at me mean, itching, giving suckers plenty of space, have these bitch people snitching. Where are we now? Guns found daily. The feds trail me in hopes that they could finally nail me for selling dope. Their backwards make the track burst whenever I rap attack. Word's been known to explode on contact. Extreme at time. Blinded by my passion and fury. Blinded by my passion and fury. That is the truest statement I have seen performed on a song in quite a long time. Look at me laugh at my competitions. Look at me laugh at my competitions flashing my jewelry. I don't know like that. What the fuck? Double entendre. He's flashing his jewelry, laughing. He's laughing at his enemies flashing his jewelry. 1994 Quad Studios incident. Such as Pac's jewelry was found on Biggie Smalls. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Ooh. Ooh. That's an interesting line right there. I'm glad I read that. You'd stay silent if you knew me. Truly effective. The shit you heard ain't do me justice. Got a death wish, bitch. Run, but face being traced by the infrared beam. It seems people ain't recognize my team. Ain't nobody holding you back. Explode the track to confetti. Unload it because people aren't ready. Life of an outlaw. Code 3, attack formation. Pull out your pistols. Keep an eye out for the devils because they're itching to get you. Merciless madmen screaming kamikaze in tongue. Automatic gunfire making all my enemies run. Who should I call when I'm shot and bleeding? Indeed, a possibility that's part of chasing cream. Dope got me hating fiends. Scheme with my team, just a chosen few. My foe's victim of explosives. Fuck, man. His vocal performance on this is kind of unreal. It was so notable. I felt myself come down a notch once he was finished with these 2 verses. I want to listen to it again to just see if it was all in my head. But I remember being when Young Noble was finished up and Idi Amin, I was like, oh, I can I feel myself settled down for some reason. Huge change. And the life we live is fucks. Everybody's fucking with us, so you can't see. It's hard to be a man. Ride with my guns in hand. No retreat, no surrender. Fuck, man. He's just going off. We're halfway through. This is a lot. It's pretty intense. Track 7 is called Just Like Daddy. His dad was accusing him of blasphemy. None of that blasphemy in here, so we'll see what is said in this track. It's featuring Outlaws, produced by Hurt and Bad. Here we go, track 7, Just Like Daddy.
Outlaw.
Go ahead.
In this, no doubt. Death Row, Makaveli.
You can call me daddy. I'll be your daddy. That's what I thought. Just like daddy.
Of course, it goes from one of the most intense songs I've heard to another, jam for the ladies. Oh, God.
Just like daddy. Come on. Sunshine.
Just like daddy.
Baby, I can take away your pain. If you trust me, close your eyes and feel the magic. Never leave me. I do you just like
I met her when she was young. Her real daddy died when she was younger. Her mom's let her do what she pleases. Seen the one loved her. Her eyes shine and love. A diamond in the rough. The kind of truth of love. Not yet touched with so much potential. Youngster like me got your mental into a place where the sourness of pain you'll never taste.
I feel blessed when you gone. Feel the pain so strong deep in my chest when I got arrested. Came so close to going to jail. Throwing blows at the po-pos, breaking your nails. Screaming loud, going all out. Damn, I did. You stay locked down in mom's house. Watching the kids through the whole bed. In the VI, I see you daily. When my fake homies try to fuck you, you run and tell me. That's why I stay committed. I thank God every time I hit it. Hoping you'll forgive me for the times I bullshitted. Me and you against the world. We untouchable. Screaming like you're dying every time I'm fucking you.
I want to touch on verse 1 just a little bit because there's some questionable lyrics here, right? Met her when she was younger. Real daddy died when she was younger. Her eyes shined of love, diamond in the rough. The kind that you could love, not yet touch, but so much potential. And then you get later down in here, nothing but pure beauty. So for an eternity, I feel it's my duty to be a soldier. Baby got plans to mold ya. Not great, but at least he says not yet touch. So there's saving grace in here. just a pinch of restraint, at least. God damn it, dude. Me and you against the world, the way he says it. We're untouchable. That's kind of a reference to the album, I imagine. While, through the whole bit in the VI, I see you daily. While my fake homies try to fuck you, you run and tell me. God, dude. Desiree Smith, talk about how... I don't even want to know about that. I don't even want to think about that. It's fucked up, man. It's just fucked up. Anyway, let's keep going. I just want to touch on that first verse briefly.
Know you're happy, I can feel your passion. Looking out for you just like daddy. Come on, sunshine turns to rain. Baby, I can take away your pain. If you trust
Only Tupac can go from a track like Life of an Outlaw to Just Like That.
With my pistol getting high with me sounds tougher than bristle. But when you cry, I be your tissue. Back in the county writing letters, how I miss you. Giving you credit, apologetic, how I dish you. Get you for thinking like a minor and on a level of the Sultana daddy. Ready to wine you and dine your lation from total vagina and still be right behind your truth.
And my age is young, out of place bitch calling days is done. From a Trixie to a Missy, you know I raised your hunt. Placed her under my wing, showed her how we swing. Now she rolling blunts for a king. One day label thug misses, the essence of my ghetto sisters. Hugs and kisses, that's just for me to be a father figure.
I don't know. My age is young. My age is young. So there's another, like, I'm just like trying to hope for the best of these things, man. Like, my age is young. But then he says, you know, from a Trixie to a Missy, you know I raised you. Fuck, man. I'm glad they're not saying actual specific ages here. I would be very... I'm already uncomfortable. And I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. Humor is a coping mechanism for me. So typically when I get uncomfortable, I start laughing. Like, this shit's like... Ugh. Now she's placed her under my wing, showed her how we swing. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, let's just keep going. We'll finish this one.
Just like daddy, come on. Just like daddy, come on.
And I've never been a fan of the whole daddy thing. Don't fucking call me daddy. No. I'm not into that at all.
Outlaws in this motherfucker. No doubt. Jockey, Hussein, Makaveli, Napoleon, Morris, Edie, Cash it
I almost stopped it about a minute ago, and I was like, I'll just listen to it. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just sitting here waiting for it to end, basically. Oh man. Yeah, this was something that came up too with the whole Kendrick and Drake beef, and a lot of people were focusing on Drake. And there's a lot of times where I think, oh, I'll make a video about this, and then most of the times I don't. A lot of the times I come to the decision of, do I really have anything useful to say? Do I really need to throw this in there? But I'll say it now because here we are, and it feels actually appropriate here given this track, because I'm not really into this track. I'm not comfortable with this. Ages aren't being specified. Basically, what I was going to say with, you know, Kendrick's calling Drake a pedophile, and there's a lot of people focused on, there's some video where the girl is on stage and she's 17 and all this other shit, and he's texting some other girl, and I don't know. I don't look into it because I don't want to know, honestly. But like, I felt like people were overreacting a little bit about the 17 thing, because the age of consent, depending on different countries, apparently even in different states, and just in the U.S. it's different. I didn't even know that, but it's different in different states in the U.S. But I did a search. What's nice about, like, if you do a Google search on the age of consent, what happens is the page comes up, and then the FBI also shows up and just gives you a printed out list of everything, which is super, super helpful. Right? But I was just curious. All right, what are the different ages of consent in different countries? And it ranged from 20 to 14. So, you know, this thing with Drake and this 17-year-old girl and how inappropriate it is, to me, I go, okay, well, if this girl's, you know, 17 years and 8 months, is it now appropriate if she's 18 years and 2 months? Because to me, it's the same fucking thing. Especially if he's like, I don't know how old he was in that situation, but like if he's like 30, 35, no, I don't care if she's at the age of consent. She crossed the arbitrary line that a government determined was going to be the age. Like, it's just as fucking creepy to me. Just as creepy to me. I'm as uncomfortable with it as I was before. Like, it doesn't matter to me in a sense. And then, you know, you look at the entertainment industry, especially like if you want to be outraged about age differences, just look up Al Pacino in the most recent Child that he had and who he had it with. you know? Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio and his fucking rotating women out as soon as they turn 25. So much so it's just like a cemented meme at this point. You know, like, shit's all over the place. And so I feel like everyone's harping on Drake over it. And okay. And if it's true, it's true. There you go. I'm not trying to defend the guy. I think it's awful. But, like, this ain't a Drake-specific thing. And just because she's 17, okay, well, if she's 19, it's still fucking creepy to me. So I don't like it. This song I'm not comfortable with. According to Spotify, this has the least listens on the album. So I'll probably be skipping this in the future, but yeah, strange. It's just not my thing, man. I don't. One thing I've noticed, and I saw this, it popped up on Reddit, and it was kind of around the same time all this beef thing was happening. There was just this like an ask. What was it? There's like a subreddit for questions or whatever, but basically it had blown up a bit, and so it made it up to the first couple pages. And the question was, have you noticed that as you grow older, your attraction changes as you age? And a lot of people saying, yeah. And yeah, for me too. I remember, like, when I was in high school, I used to think college chicks, oh my God, they're just fucking gorgeous, crazy, right? Now I'm like, I mean, there are some college girls that, of course, are attractive and pretty, but, like, overall, no. I have also noticed that my range of attraction, who I look at, yeah, it's changed as I've aged. I have also, like, who is generally attractive to me is also more in line with who is in the same age group as me, which is very surprising. I would always figure that you're attracted to what you're attracted to, and then that doesn't necessarily change that much, but it has. So anyway, let's move on. Not really into that track, and that's okay. I don't think that's a problem if I'm not into that track. Track 8 is called Crazy. It's featuring Badass, produced by Daryl Harper. Drop it in, track 8. Here we go.
Give me a cigarette, dog. It got me feeling crazy than a motherfucker. I got badass in this motherfucker. Puffin' on.
I got badass in this motherfucker.
Represent the Outlaw. Badass represent the LBC. What you wanna do? You know how we do it. Time goes by, puffin' on live, hoping that it gets me high. Got a nigga going crazy. I feel crazy. Tell about it. Last year was a hard one, but life goes on. Bumping my head against the wall, learning right from wrong. They say my ghetto instrumental, detrimental to kids, as if they can't see the misery in which they live. Blame me for the outcome, paying my record, check it. Don't have to bump this, but please respect.
Don't have to bump
the minus, and now the hard times are behind us. Turned into a plus, now they stuck living blinded. Hennessy got me feeling bad. Time to stop drinking, rolling in my drop top Jag. What's that cop thinking? Sitting in my car.
What's that cop thinking?
Came a long way, but still I got so far to go. Dear mama, don't worry, I'ma watch for snakes. Tell Satch that I love her, but it's hard today. I got the letter that she sent me, and I cried for weeks. This what came out when I tried to speak. All I heard was time goes by, puffing on live. Hoping that it gets me high.
Good, like sorrowful, kind of weeping guitar.
Watch the time fly. I love my people, do or die, but I wonder why we scared to let each other fly. June 1, 6, 7, 1. The day mama pushed me out of womb, told me nigga get paid. No one can understand.
Get paid.
The black sheep, outcasted from my family. Now back in heat, I run the streets, a young runaway. Live for the day. When he died, I can hear him say, come on. Time goes by, buffing on live, hoping that it gets me high. Got a nigga going crazy. I feel crazy.
I really like Tupac, man. Tupac, he explores so many different chambers of his own self so well. I feel like other artists have done a great job of opening up and telling us their stories and all this other stuff, but nobody is just in the pocket when it comes to having fun, being furious, being paranoid, falling in love, reflecting on life. Like, he just Whatever he's doing, man, he is there. He is present. It's very impressive. Very impressive. Although, another name that kind of bubbles to mind, just happened to pop into mind as I was considering that. Another name, Tyler, the Creator. Although Kendrick does it too. But Tyler's got that passion in there. He's really got that passion. I'm curious to see what his next album is like. I'm really looking forward to that one. That might end up being my favorite of the year. So far, we're June of 24. So far, my favorite album of the year is Dark Times by Vince Staples. If you have not listened to that, fucking put it on. I love that album. I think it's really good. I was going to pause and talk about lyrics, and I'm just... It's been fun, man. Like, this album has been an experience, much more than I thought it was going to be. It's been a while since I listened to Tupac. And I'm just kind of captivated by it, honestly. Let's go through a little bit of lyrics, and then we'll finish the song here. Last year was a hard one, but life goes on. Bumped my head against the wall, learning right from wrong. They say my ghetto instrumental, detrimental to kids, as if they can't see the misery in which we live. Blame me for the outcome. Ban my records. Check it. Don't have to bump this, but please respect it. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Hard times are behind us. Turned it to a plus. Now they're stuck living blinded. And it's got me feeling bad. Time to stop drinking. Rolling my drop top Jag. What's the cop thinking? Don't worry, Mom. I'm going to watch out for snakes. Tell Situ I love her, but it's hard today. I didn't really understand. See, the Bloods and Crips running up the hill. What does this mean? Crips are gang. Yeah, I understand that's a gang. I understand the Bloods are a gang. Yeah. So they just describe that the Bloods and Crips are gangs. Yeah, what does it mean to run up the hill? Oh, well. Brothers and sisters, it's time to bail, because even Thug pray. Hoping God hear me. I entered the game. Look how much I changed. I'm no longer innocent. Casualties of fame. Made a lot of money, seen a lot of places. I swear I've seen a peaceful smile on my mama's face when I gave her the keys to her own house. This is your land. Your only son doesn't become a man. Good shit. Let's keep going.
Time goes by, puffing on lie.
The addition of the use of the guitar in this track is well done.
Peers didn't make it to the years to come. Dear life, do them right, or dear life, leave them done. Who has the answers? I wonder. I turn to my elders. They aged in experience, but they can't even tell you or tell me that they'll be light at the end of the road. Cause they don't even know a million things run through my mind. And I find you ain't gotta be in jail to be doing time.
You ain't gotta be in jail to be doing time.
Time goes by, puffing on lie.
Crazy is good. Crazy gets it hard.
I feel crazy. One time for my niggas in the jail cells. One time for my niggas doing life in hell. One time for my niggas on death row. One time for my niggas on the road. For my niggas on death row. One time for my niggas living broke. One time for my niggas living no broke. One time for my niggas in the jail. If you get me high. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh wow, it just rolls right into the rest of them. Great song. I like Crazy. That's a good song. Good song. I love these final lines by Badass. You ain't gotta be in jail to be doing time. Fucking true. Very, very true. Talking about being addicted to money. The epidemic of money addiction. So I gotta stay paid, no doubt, day in and day out. This life is like a vicious cycle called fighting to live. No matter how hard you try, it's in death, you gotta die. A lot of my peers didn't make it to the years to come. Did life do them right, or did life leave them dumb? Who has the answers? I wonder. I turn to my elders, they age and experience. But they can't even tell you. Or tell me that there'll be light at the end of the road. Because they don't even know. Good shit, man. Good shit. This is a great song. Yeah. Good song. It's an impressive album. There's a couple people I always tweet the album cover on the morning before I sit down with reaction. Just, little teaser. People know what's coming. And a couple people said, "Oh, this is my favorite Tupac album." I can see why. I'm liking this one the most. You know, All Eyes on Me is great, but it's long. It's it's a double disc, and not that that's necessarily a problem, but sometimes you just don't want to sit down to like an hour and 40 minutes or something, however long it was. I can't remember how long it was. So then what ends up happening is, oh, I'll hear this song and this song and this song and this song. So you don't listen to the whole album. This is an hour. You can listen to the whole album, especially with skipping track 7. 55 minutes now. This is a good album. Okay, track 9 is called White Man's World. The producer is Dale Harper. Let's drop in track 9, White Man's World.
You go busting your fist against a stone wall. You're not using your brain. That's what the white man wants you to do. Look at you. What makes you ashamed of being black?
I even know how hard it is. Being a woman, a black woman at that. In this white man's world, sometimes we overlook the fact that we be riding hard now since we don't be knowing the pain we be causing. This white man's world. This white man's world. I ain't saying I'm innocent in all this. I'm just saying this white man's world. This song is to y'all. For all those times that I mess up or we mess up. Dear sister, got me twisted up in prison, I miss you. Crying, looking at my nieces and my nephew's picture. They say don't let this cool world get you. Kinda suspicious, swearing one day you might leave me for somebody that's richer. Twist the cap off the bottom, I take a sip and see tomorrow. Gotta make it if I had to beg a bottle. Eating love letters late night, locked down and quiet. If brothers don't receive they mail, best believe we ride. Eating Jack Mac, staring at the walls of silence inside this cage where they captured all my rage and violence. In time I learned a few lessons. Never fall for riches.
I like this
to
beat.
my true sisters, far from bitches. Help me raise my black nation, reparations are due. It's true, caught up in this world, I took advantage of you. So tell the babies how I love them, precious boys and girls, born black in this white man's world. And all I heard was, only thing they ever did wrong. Yeah, born black in this white man's world. All my ghetto motherfuckers are proud to be black and be proud to have this shit like born black. Nobody got this white man's world. All these motherfuckers wanna be like us. They all wanna be like us. To be the have-nots. All here. It all bless and shout and hold his own. No motherfucking down. This white man's world. For broken laws. This white man's world. For the countless political prisoners who are locked up falsely by this white man.
That verse is pretty fucking powerful. Verse 2. Being born with less, I must confess, only adds to the stress. 2 gunshots to my homie's head, died in his vest. Shot him to death and left him bleeding for his family to see. I pass his casket gently asking, is there a heaven for G's? My homeboy's doing life, his baby mama stressed and shedding tears when her son finally asked those questions. Where's my daddy? Why do we live so poor? Why are you crying? Fuck, man. Fuck. God. And this is right off the heels of Krazy, where what does Badass say? You don't have to be in hell. You don't have to be locked up to be doing time. Yeah, you ain't got to be in jail to be doing time. I mean, that's hard time right there. She's not in jail, but she's doing hard time. Now, do you love me? Why do they keep calling me the N-word? Get my weight up with my hate and pay him back when I'm bigger. I'm still thugging to this jail cell, missing my block. Hearing brothers screaming all night, wishing they'd stop. Great question right here. Proud to be black, but why do we act like we don't love ourselves? Don't look around. Busta, check yourselves. Know what it means to be black, whether a man or girl. And this part was really interesting, this final section of the verse, because he's layering his vocals with himself. And he's almost screaming over himself. Like, there's so much passion in what he's saying. He's not even syncing up entirely with his own voice. He's screaming over himself. Know what it means to be black, whether a man or a girl is still struggling in this white man's world. And then this bit, I assume this bit is all from not Malcolm X. Oh yeah, Malcolm X. Yeah. Let's keep going. There's another great song, man. Fuck, man. Pac can just do it. Let me back it up about 10 seconds too.
you're locked up falsely by this white man.
Change, choose a new direction, and I'm gonna give it out. My time away just made perfection. Cause I think I die. Not going far, why should I care? Like we holding on to lost love that's no longer there. Can you please help me? God bless me, please keep my seeds healthy. Making all my enemies bleed while my G's wealthy. Hoping they bury me with ammunition, weed and shells. Just in case they trip in heaven, ain't no G's in hell. Sister, sorry for the pain that I caused your heart. I know I'll change if you help me, but don't fall apart. Rest in peace to Lil Tasha, Lil Yummy and Kato. Too much for this cold war to take, ended up being fatal. Every woman in America, especially black, bear with me, can't you see that we under attack? I never meant to cause drama to my sister and mama, but we make it through better times. In this white man's world.
You're out of touch with reality. A few of you in a few smoke-filled rooms calling that the mainstream, while the masses of the people, white and black, red, yellow, and brown, poor and vulnerable, are suffering in this nation.
Another fucking very intense, powerful song.
All the real OGs be out.
The seal and the Constitution reflect the thinking of the founding fathers that this was to be a nation by white people and for white people. Native Americans, blacks, and all other non-white people were to be the burden bearers for the real citizens of this nation.
You know, in that section, that final outro there by the minister, Farrakhan, who I've heard the name before. I don't know much about him. I was watching recently. There's a miniseries, HBO miniseries. God damn it, not Benjamin Franklin. One of the guys. Adams. Quincy Adams? No. John Adams. John Adams. The document. That's not a documentary. It's a miniseries. John Adams. It's well done. But, you know, there is just this question always of how can you say these things about, you know, freedom and the pursuit of happiness, life, liberty, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness. Oh, by the way, slave boy, go fetch me my... Like, it's just the most obvious, insane, absurd contradiction. And so, it's this stuff is always... I feel so odd to me because there are people who defend this country and say it's the best country ever and blah, 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 blah. And America, you know, how can you talk bad about America because it's so perfect? And it's like, how can you not see the flaws at the same time? I mean, yes, there is opportunity. And yes, I think there are a lot of positive elements to America, at least what America is supposed to be. But it's weird how it seems like these sides that people take, there's this willful ignorance to the negative aspects of the team they've chosen. And I've ranted about this before. I've said how I wish politics was more like sports. Because if you talk to sports fans and you listen to sports fans talk about their teams, what do they say? Fucking quarterback sucks. Way overpaid. He doesn't know what he's doing. You know, we're going to get that coach at it. Like, sports fans will just nitpick their team apart, right? Here's everything that's wrong with the team that needs to be improved and fixed that we can win it all. Why doesn't that happen with politics? I don't understand. Why doesn't it happen with ideology? And it's a strange thing to me because I feel like the thought processes are so parallel to each other. But when you slip over from like fandom and into ideology, it's just a switch that gets flipped for whatever reason. And it gets into this, I feel like it's cult thinking, or a style of cult thinking where you're not allowed to question. You're not allowed to think beyond the box that we have put you in. You must believe this. You cannot believe that. You have to listen to this. You cannot listen to that. And that is not a good place to be. If you're in that place, that's an unhealthy place. I don't even remember what my point was. Really, I'm just kind of considering these things. Because you can't fix the problem if you don't fucking acknowledge it, you know? And I would like to fix some problems. Although, of course, I don't know how much I can do, but other than try and help people understand, it's okay. like you can acknowledge flaws in your own thinking, in your own beliefs, in your own thought processes and stuff. You can acknowledge these flaws and not like be in ruin as a person. Okay, it's okay. But, you know, of course, what was I saying during Blasphemy, right? How torturous it probably was for Tupac to be in that position. It's not easy sometimes, but it's important. God. There's some other lines too in here. You know, use your brain. It ain't them that's killing us. It's us that's killing us. It's not them knocking us off. It's us knocking us off. But then you also have to consider what kind of structure exists, what kind of laws exist, you know, how things are enforced, lack of opportunity. Like it's what I'll do for myself when I think about things is I think about them. I try to think about them from the perspective of somebody who is evil and is in control of everything. And what would I do if I wanted to maintain my control, you know? Different drug laws and allowing smuggling and distribution and using different arms of law enforcement to allow certain things and crack down on certain things. And yeah, I don't know. I think the real answer is that all the issues that plague our society are all complicated and they're all woven together. And I don't like how it seems like so many discussions, they try and just talk about one thing and they try to isolate the one thing from everything else. And I think you probably have to do that in a way in order to have the discussion. But at the same time, all of these little things don't exist on islands. It's all woven together. Well, let's keep going. Good song. Next one's called Me and My Girlfriend. I saw on the Wikipedia page, I just caught a glance of it where apparently this was kind of like a play off of Nas's And I Gave You Life, where he's personifying the gun and like rapping from the point of view of the gun. I'm actually going to cheat here. I usually don't do this. Me and My Girlfriend's a metaphorical song. Pac refers to his gun as his girlfriend. Okay. So that makes sense then. So that's what the angle on this one is. So this will make more sense. This way I'm not trying to figure it out halfway through and getting it all wrong. All right, track 10, Me and My Girlfriend.
Fucking right. I'm the bitch that's keeping it live and keeping it hot when you punk ass niggas don't. Nigga West Side. What? Bring it on.
Look for me. Lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde. Me and my girlfriend.
I'm gonna start it over. But the first thing that makes me think of is Full Metal Jacket. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my rifle is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless.
Shit, you motherfucking right.
Oh,
I'm the
shit.
bitch that's keeping it live and keeping it hot when you punk ass niggas don't. Nigga West Side. What? Bring it on.
Look for me. Lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde. Me and my girlfriend. Doing 85 when we ride. Dropping this water set. Born as a ghetto.
God, he's pushing again on the vocals, man.
Our childhood years, recalling tears, heart laced with venom. Smoking sherm, drinking malt liquor. Father, forgive him. Me and my girlfriend hustling, fell in love with the struggle. Hands on the steering wheel, clutch, watch me bail out, bustle. Fuck 'em all, watch them fall screaming.
Jesus.
Automatic gunfire, exercising all demons. My mafioso on the side, my congregation high, ready to die. We bail out to take the jail back. Niggas unite, our first date. Can't wait to see you naked. Touch you in every secret place. I can hardly wait to bust freely. Got you wearing hot. You so happy to see
You're so happy to see
front
me.
page, prime time, live on TV. Nigga, my girlfriend, maybe 45, but she still live. One shot, making niggas heartbeat stop.
What? I'm busting on you punk ass niggas. Run, nigga, run. I'm on your ass,
Holy
nigga.
shit.
Though we separated at times, I knew deep inside, baby girl, I'll always be mine.
This is
Picked
crazy.
you up when you was 9. Started out my life of crime with you. Bought you some sales when you turned 22. It's true, nothing compares to the satisfaction that I feel when we out mashing. Me and my
When we're
girlfriend.
out mashing.
All I need in this life is sin. Me and my girlfriend.
Oh my God. So there's another example of Tupac. I mean, what he just said in the last track, right? It's us shooting us down. It's us offing each other off. And here's this song. But like I was saying earlier, it's just an example of Tupac and how much he exists in the different spaces in his own self, you know? And there's no apology either. I'm a little torn on that. I mean, I think it's important to, if you do have parts of you, as you grow comfortable with yourself and you figure out who you are and you realize, okay, here's my bad parts, and then you realize how those have affected other people, it's okay to apologize for that and work on that. But at the same time, you can't, it's this weird balance. You can't, the apology can't be a substitute for improvement. Some people do that, right? Where they're, whatever thing that they've got going on in their lives, they just, oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. But they never fix the fucking problem. You know, that it's nice that you're apologizing, but that's just trying to Band-Aid over the problem instead of fixing the problem. And so to go back to with Tupac, you know, he's not necessarily apologizing for anything of how he feels and what he does and who he is. He very much owns it. And in some ways sometimes that's better. There's no confusing who a person is and what they're going to do. It doesn't necessarily make it easier. It doesn't necessarily alleviate pain or struggle in relationships. But like, for example, there's this guy I used to work with and nobody really liked him. He's kind of a dick. And he is kind of a dick. But I didn't really have a problem with it because he was consistently a dick. He wasn't like nice one day or happy for a couple hours and pissed off. And he was just always kind of grumpy. Somebody's always kind of grumpy. I can work with that. I know I don't have to try and make you happy. You're not going to be happy. You're going to be grumpy. Okay. All right. So I don't have to worry about it. And if you say something, you sound pissed off, that's not anything personal to me because you're always pissed off. So you're not pissed off at me. You're just pissed off because you're always pissed off. Okay. I could work with that, you know? Anyway, I'm just remembering that guy. You know what's funny? I worked with that guy for a couple years straight. And by the time we ended up, you know, going our separate ways just because of how the work was, by the time it was over, I was like, nah, he's cool. I'm cool with him. He's fine. I don't mind him. All right, let's keep going.
Never leave me, baby. I'm paranoid. Sleeping with you loaded by my bedside. Crazy. Jealous when you hang with the fellas.
Jealous when you hang with the fellas.
Whatever the moment you come home, I'm waiting by the phone. This is true love. I'm the feeling. Had a lot of women in my bed, but you the realest. If you ever need me, call. I'll be there, do it all. You're the reason I can stand tall. Me and my girlfriend.
This is a wild song.
This life is it. It's me and my girlfriend. Niggas be ducking or taking numbers. Love to watch you at a block party begging for drama.
Begging for drama.
That's on my mama. I would trade my life for yours. Behind closed doors, the only girl that I adore. Everything I'm asking for, talking to me, begging me to just take you around. 17 like Randy, you just wanna be down.
Oh my
Talking
God.
loud when I tell you be quiet. You move the crowd, busting rounds, activating the ride. That's why I love you so. No control down the road, unleashed. After a hit, you break apart. Been back to one piece. Much love to my one and only girlfriend. The world is ours. Just hold me down, baby. Witness the power. Never leave a nigga alone. I love you black or chrome. Turn this house into
I
a
love
happy
you black or
home. Me and my
chrome.
girlfriend. All I
Turn
need
this house
in
into a happy
life
home.
is
Oh man,
me and my girlfriend.
this song's fucking crazy.
Down the ride to the bloody end.
Oh my God.
Girlfriend. Lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde. Me and my girlfriend. Lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde. Me and my girlfriend. Meet my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's a good song. I like that one. There's some good little, I didn't really touch on it too much, but there's some good little wordplay with the numbers up here, right? Like something about my girlfriend, baby 45, but she's still alive. So like 45 is the caliber, right? But it's also, you know, mixing around the idea of age. If you're 40, yeah, she's 45, but she's still alive. She's still hot, even though she's older, right? Picked you up when you was 9, so it's a 9mm. Bought you some shells when you turned 22, other caliber size. I love the line, trying to start drama or like begging to start drama at the party. Love to watch you at a block party begging for drama. Oh my God, dude. I mean, that just feels like I feel like I can just see Tupac walking around with a gun on him, visible, with just this kind of smirk on his face. Like, someone please talk shit to me. Please, 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 please talk shit to me right now. Oh my God. That was a good jam. Pretty good jam. Yeah, I was noticing, I didn't say it earlier. There's a track earlier, I don't remember which one it was, where some of the audio wasn't necessarily the best. And this one had some strange audio elements too. I wonder if some of the stuff it's because they didn't get to like do another take or something like that. But I assume when they record, they record everything isolated, right? So they can, like, say if the production wasn't great, they can redo the production and then re-record the vocals with it, right? But I don't know. I wonder if they weren't able to actually. Well, it did. Oh no, it released after he died. After he died, it released, but it was recorded obviously before he died. Anyway, I wonder if there was some stuff that wasn't quite finished, and they, well, fuck it, we gotta just release it how it is. I only say that because when he was doing the chorus, there's kind of like this interesting little echo effect shifting around, vocal sound happening, which is intentional. I don't think that's a poor recording quality, but it made me think of the other tracks. Okay, there's two more. Track 11's called Hold Your Head. It's featured Heard 'Em Bad, produced by Heard 'Em Bad. And then dropping in track 11. Here we go.
Homeboys in Clinton and Rikers Island, all the penitentiaries, Mumia, Matulu, Geronimo, all the political prisoners, all the jailhouse. I'm with you.
Huh. Cool. Cool beat. Oh, I like that wind instrument. Oh, that's good. Cool beat. Lots of rich sound. I like that shit. I like that. I like that. Every time they knock us, slash pockets lyrically, suckers flee when they notice. Switch my name to Makaveli, half the rap game goes. Expose moles with my hocus pocus flows, they froze. Now suckers idolize my shows and blows. And more money, me litigating, more player hating. Got a sale at the pier for me waiting. Is this my fate? Miss me with that misdemeanor thinking. Me fall back, never had too much tequila drinking. We all that, make them understand me. Hell, now this ain't my posse, everyone with me is family. All these brothers got me watch me paint a perfect vision. Wow, again, push the boat. Last week I got a letter from my road dog written in blood saying please show play love. Hold your head, hold it. How do we keep this? You got your own head. This section, man. I like what was it? If the night is for suckers or whatever, then the daytime we're breathing, or if the daytime is, well, whatever the fuck ever. This middle section of verse 2, where he gets into everyone with me is family because everybody's got me. Like, his vocals are really, really pushing hard through that section. You can just hear it, man. Yeah, it's interesting. The sound in his voice compared to All Eyes on Me, which was released in the same year, is very different. Very different. All right, let's keep going. To my homies that I used to have that no longer roll. Catch a brother at the crossroads. Plus, nobody knows my soul. Watching time pass through the glass on my drop top rolls. Oh yeah. I love that high note from that wind instrument. That shit's good.
Come on. drink a drink, read a book, watch the stars, get some pussy, whatever. Got to hold your head. Yes, got to hold your head.
Got to hold your head. Helicopter. Oh shit! It already rolled into the final track. I'm already thinking about just. I'm almost mentally on closing thoughts, but he's talking about these things, and it's tough because this is 30 years ago, and this shit had been going on for a while back when this was said, and it's. I don't want to be cynical and jaded and think nothing's going to change or get better, but how much has actually changed and gotten better in terms of what he's talking about in this versus what is happening today? And I don't know. That's a tricky thing too, is the way media is. They only want to tell you the bad shit. They want to keep this idea in your head. Well, first of all, the negative is what engages the most, and so got to get your clicks so you can sell advertisements, right? Of course. But then, these people, these corporate media outlets, they have owners. They have CEOs or whoever, right, that are in charge of what's being told and not told. And I find it so strange when you see these people saying, this is... journalism is important and you have to listen to what they say and blah. And journalism is important when it's actual journalism. I find it odd that there are these groups of people that say we have to, keep journalism alive and thriving and listen to what they say and trust their reporting and blah, blah, blah. When also at the same time, so many of these outlets are just skewing the stories a certain way, withholding information, changing things, lying about things. I don't know. And so I say all that because what I was going to say is, have things gotten better? It doesn't seem like it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's true, because what if that's what they want you to think, that it hasn't gotten better? What if things have gotten better? And it's just, we don't hear about it. I don't live in these areas. I have no fucking idea. It's only what floats around on the internet. And I feel like I can't trust anything I see anymore because I don't know if it's true or not. I would like for things to be better. I would like for the words that Tupac has said and Kendrick has said and all these other artists and all these activists and all these people, I would like for these words to not have been in vain. I would like for that to have had an impact in a positive direction. I don't know if it has. I don't know. I'm starting to actually get tired. I didn't realize. I've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. And there's been a lot to go through on this one. And so I find myself a little hesitant to go through lyrics, not because I don't want to, but oh, fuck, this is grinding on me a bit. Verse 3, running from authorities till they capture me. My aim is to spread more smiles than tears, utilize lessons learned from childhood years. I like this line a lot. Spread more smiles than tears. I like that. And then this line right here. To the homies that I used to have that no longer rule, catch a brother at the crossroads. It's got to be a reference to that song, right? I'll see you at the crossroads, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yep, I remember that one. Hope to raise my young nation in this world of greed. Currency means nothing if you still ain't free. Money breeds jealousy. Take the game from me. I hope for better days. Trouble comes naturally. Trouble comes naturally. Well, yeah, Bach, because this is the last song. You're walking around with your gun out, hoping for drama. It's funny, man. It's funny. I remember seeing a interview with Ice-T. It was a quick little chat. He was talking about Tupac a little bit, and essentially criticizing Tupac for just getting a little too swept up in that thug life. There you go. That was a pointless note because there's nothing to follow up that story with. But there you go. There's my story. I watched the thing with Ice-T once. Oh, shit, man. What was it? Where was the line? If daytime is for suckers, then tonight we breathe. I like that, because if you're sucking, you're not. Well, I guess if you're sucking in, you're still breathing. I don't know. Anyway, I kind of like that line. Meet me at the cemetery dressed in black tonight. We honor the dead, those who won't be back. So if I die, do the same for me. Shed no tears. An outlaw thug living in this game for years. Why worry? Hope to God, get me high when I'm buried. Know deep inside only if you love me. Don't rush me to the gates of heaven. Let me picture for a while how I lived for my days as a child. I wonder now, how do we outlast? Always get cash, stay strong, all mash. Okay, well, there's one more song. It is called Against All Odds. It's produced by Heard 'Em Bad and Tupac. Let's drop in final track of 7 Day Theory, Makaveli. Here we go. Against All Odds. Oh, it had already started. Let me back it up. Let me back it all the way up. Here we go. They just rolled right into it, man. I didn't realize. It sounds like a war zone.
One love, one thug, one nation. All the time I be hoping my true motherfuckers know this be the realest shit I ever wrote. Up in the studio getting blowed to the truest shit I ever spoke. 21 gun salute, dressed in fatigues, black jeans and boots. I just appeared in the crowd, all you seen was truth. This little nigga named Nas think he live like me. Talk about he left the hospital, took fire like me. You live in fantasies, nigga, I reject your deposit. We shook Dre punk ass, now we out of the closet. Mob deep, wonder why, nigga, blow them out. Next time grown folks talking, nigga, close your mouth. Niggas looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. Trying to play a hate on my shit. You eat a fat dick, let it be known that's how you made me. Loving how I got you niggas crazy.
There's this little ablet here. It says, look at De La Soul. Who's Larry Holmes? I don't know who Larry Holmes is. Pac's talking about Q-Tip. Tribe called Quest. I can't speak sometimes. I don't know why. I think part of it, I think I'm just slightly dyslexic, and I think another part of it is I'm reading too fast. I'm reading words that I'm not speaking, and so I blur them together. I mash them together. A Tribe Called Quest. Q-Tip is just West Coast on the radio. Also note in the background he says, look at De La Soul. Yeah, this was a response to a music video that mocked several hardcore rappers, which De La Soul made. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not surprised that he would get poked at by De La Soul, because De La Soul was, and Tribe, they were both more about like trying to. I'm actually kind of surprised that he would be upset by those two, pushing back against some of the gangster rap shit, because that's really what they were trying to do. They were trying to have a little bit more of a positive message. Not that Pac isn't either, but I guess. I mean, what if he just didn't get it? Or maybe he just took it too personally or something? I don't know. Kind of surprising to me, honestly.
Set me up, wet me up, niggas stuck me up, heard the guns bust, but you tricks never shut me up. Touch one of mine, on everything I own, I will destroy everything you touch. Play the game, nigga, all out warfare, eye for eye. Last words to a bitch, nigga, why you lie? Now you gotta watch your back now, watch your front. Here we come, gunshots to tuck. Now you stuck, fuck the rap game, nigga, this M.O.B. So believe me, we enemies. I go against all lies, I'm hoping my shoe motherfucker. This be the realest shit I ever wrote.
Oh my God.
All odds, up in the studio, getting blowed to the truest shit I ever spoke. Against all odds, Lord, listen to me. God don't like ugly, it was written. Nah, your whole damn style is written. You heard my melody, read about my life in the papers. All my run-ins with authorities, felonious capers. Now you wanna live my life, so it's a hostilize. Niggas that don't rhyme right, you see too many movies. Load them up against the wall, close his eyes. Since you lie, you die. Goodbye.
God
let the
damn,
real
dude.
live niggas hear the truth from me. And what would you do if you was me?
Fuck.
Against all odds, hoping my true motherfuckers know. This be the realest shit I ever wrote. Against all odds, up in the studio, getting blowed. The truest shit I ever spoke. Against all odds, hoping my true motherfuckers know. This be the realest shit I ever wrote. Against all odds, up in the studio, getting blowed. The truest shit I ever spoke. Against all odds.
I like this like key note in the back.
To all you bitch made niggas, coming for me.
Oh my God.
Touch me on that shit. I know you motherfuckers didn't think I forgot. Hell no, I ain't forgot, nigga. I just remember what you told me. You said don't go to war unless I got my money right. I got my money right, nigga. Got one war.
This is crazy. Tupac ain't got no chill, man. Holy fuck. Very passionate. Very serious. Even serious in being silly. Serious in being lighthearted, you know? That was a lot, honestly. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Usually, rule of thumb, I take the runtime of the album, I double it. It's about how long the album's going to be. So I figured, okay, or the video, 2 hours, about right. A little longer. Kind of a longer opener to start with. I'm kind of wiped out, man. It's just a lot. You know, Pac puts a lot of fucking, a lot of emotion. He puts a lot of him in the vocals. And that might sound a little weird, but you can just hear, you can feel what he's saying. It's just coming the fuck out, man. Like it isn't a show. It isn't a performance. It's him. It's just fucking him. God, it's so much. And so I say that, and then I immediately start thinking about somebody like Kendrick, who obviously is a huge fan of Tupac and looks up to him. Obviously, he could probably go through every single song word for word on this album. I would not be surprised if Kendrick knows all the words. And I just think about how does that translate into somebody else's mind and being inspired by that. And I mean, some of the shit that he's saying in here, like, I mean, that final verse on this track, I'll probably be murdered for the shit that I said. I bring the real, be a legend, breathe in or dead. Lord, listen to me. God don't like ugly. It was written. Nas, your whole damn style is bitten. Jesus. And he did change too. I mean, I haven't heard Rakim. What is that? Paid in Full. I think that's Rakim. I don't remember. I don't know. I haven't listened to it, but I do remember listening to It Was Written and go, oh, he's a little different now. His style is different. A little bit more of the gangster stuff going on. And anyway, that was, it was just, that's a lot. That's a lot. It was a very intense experience. Intense vocals. What was the track? Life of an Outlaw, I think. Where I felt like it changed as soon as he was done with his verses and the other guys came in, like the song changed. Like I'm like physically a little drained, honestly. I think a lot of it comes from the passion that Tupac brings to his vocals, but also everything surrounding it. And then some of the stuff that he's even saying, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then you wonder too, you know, could things have been different? And I don't know. Like, I mean, for things to have been different, Tupac would have had to be different. And you can't. I mean, can you imagine Tupac anything other than this? Like, it just doesn't work, right? It's one of those things where it's like, this is just how it was going to be, and that's all there is to it, which is essentially life. But that was, fuck, man. God damn. Somebody said too, what you're supposed to do is listen to this album and then start watching all the conspiracy theory videos about what happened to Tupac and why it happened and how it happened and who did it and shit. So it's like just part of the process. So maybe I'll have to watch some of that shit. I don't know. I'm still just kind of on the musical page, the personal page, the emotion. Yeah, just a lot. And what blows me away too is he can put that through the speakers. And granted, I mean, this is a very up close and experience that I'm having with the album. You know, I don't imagine most people don't do this, right? You don't sit with the lyrics and spend 2 hours listening to an hour album. But if I can feel like this just after listening to the album, how did he feel? You know? If he can put so much energy and emotion through the lyrics and through the vocals, and the production was pretty good too, honestly. If he can put that much through the album to wear me out, listening to it, how did he feel living this life, feeling these feelings, having these thoughts? Especially Blasphemy, man. Fucking Blasphemy was like, holy shit.